North Wilkesboro Speedway is coming back to NASCAR, which is a great idea.
Impossible.
Not only is it possible, but they're actually hosting the All-Star race there, which will be from May 19th to the 21st of 2023, now this year. Speedway Motorsports and NASCAR made the announcement of this happening. Here's Speedway Motorsports President and CEO Marcus Smith talking about the All-Star race coming to North Wilkesboro. The NASCAR All-Star race has always been the fans' race, and I can't think of a better way to celebrate the fans during NASCAR's 75th anniversary than returning to North Wilkesboro Speedway, said Smith. We could have made this happen without tremendous support from so many people, including Governor Cooper, our state legislator, NASCAR, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and of course, the people of Wilkes County. We've got a lot of work to do, but we got the will to create something special alongside a community and hardworking staff that will get it done. The announcement was made outside of the North Carolina Museum of History, with North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, NASCAR Hall of Famer Dale Earnhardt Jr., and NASCAR Chief Operating Officer Steve O'Donnell also. Governor Cooper also spoke about the move and more. Motorsports are critical to North Carolina's history, culture, and economy, and our investors have helped to get the edges ready again in places that need a revival, said Cooper. North Wilkesboro Speedway is back and better than ever, and the All-Star race will take it to new heights. In November of 2021, $18 million from the Federal American Rescue Plan funds went to help improve North Wilkesboro Speedway through the North Carolina state budget. There has since been construction to the track to get a race ready for the All-Star race happening there. North Wilkesboro was originally a dirt track when it first opened back in May of 1947. During its 5 decades that it first hosted races, it held 93 of them. The winners ranged from legends and Hall of Famers such as Richard Petty, Darrell Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt, Cale Yarborough, and hometown hero Benny Parsons. The All-Star race this year will be the first at Wilkesboro since 1996, in which another Hall of Famer and Jeff Gordon won that race. Before that race, there was also an iconic photo taken of the Winston Cup drivers at the start-finish line, since it was the final race at the track at that time. You can't talk about North Wilkesboro without another local legend and Hall of Famer in Junior Johnson, who was a successful driver and owner also in his heyday. Johnson was known for moonshining around the area as well and modified his cars so he could get away from law enforcement and did so he could fit his moonshine in the car. Then some moonshiners decided to race one another, which influenced the start of NASCAR. NASCAR Hall of Famer and motorsports historian Dale Earnhardt Jr. has also been passionate in bringing back North Wilkesboro Speedway. Some of my best memories as a little boy were going to North Wilkesboro, said Jr., and it got even better when I raced there as a teenager. I never thought I'd see that place full again, and then when I got to race there this summer in a late model before a full house. There's just something special about it. I know the track, the fans, and the community will put on a show when we're back with the Cup cars for the All-Star race. Junior ran a Sundrop number 3 car that was a throwback to the one that he drove at North Wilkesboro back in 1993. Here's Steve O'Donnell talking about the move also. North Wilkesboro Speedway boasts a winners list that features the true giants of our sport, and next year another great will be added as the NASCAR Cup Series stars once again race at this historic facility, said O'Donnell, who is NASCAR's Chief Operating Officer. As part of our 75th anniversary season, we're excited to return to the roots of the sport for the NASCAR All-Star race. This will be a can't-miss event as we honor our past and look forward to the future. The grandstands at the All-Star race have since been sold out, which is sure to be an exciting event. It will be broadcasted on FS1 and the Motor Racing Network. But that's not the only NASCAR event to come back to North Wilkesboro also. That's right, there's more. And I didn't misspeak, and that is the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be going there also, which is what I said, and that's not a mistake. As the Craftsman Truck Series is back, and check out the video I did on them coming back, which I'll leave in the description. They will be racing there on Saturday, May 20th at the .625 mile short track, which will be the day before the All-Star race. The Craftsman Truck Series also raced at North Wilkesboro back in 1996, in which Mark Martin won that race. They will also air on FS1, MRN, and Sirius XM NASCAR Radio, just like the Cup race. This is pretty awesome that North Wilkesboro is coming back to the Cup Series and NASCAR in general. As I talked about them before on the channel, I did mention them on my Terry Labonte video, which I thank y'all for all the support on that video. I never thought I would get so many views and subscribers and all that and likes that so soon. So I appreciate all that, and I appreciate y'all for all the support on that video. And it's pretty awesome there too. And I mentioned in that video that like Labonte like won that race in North Wilkesboro, which was his 7th start with Hendrick Motorsports, which was the fastest a driver had won at that organization until Larson broke it, and Kyle Larson in 2021. And Labonte did that in 1994 in the 5-car. So definitely check out that video. Leave that in the description, as well as the video I did when Dale Earnhardt Jr. got into the Hall of Fame back in 2020. And I mentioned North Wilkesboro in that video as well, as he and the team at iRacing were a big factor in bringing back North Wilkesboro like to the service. And what I did mention in that video like also was that he like the reason why they did that was they scanned the track, everything. Him and Marcus Smith and the team at iRacing did that because they didn't think that North Wilkesboro would come back, so they wanted to clean it up and everything like that to get it into iRacing, to have it preserved for generations to come, and so players could like use it on the platform for like as long as iRacing is still around, everything like that, which is pretty awesome that they did that. But I'm happy that it is back, and it's pretty awesome to see that it coming back, everything like that. It's just an iconic track, and it should have never been off the schedule in the first place. And check out what Ryan Newman had to say after he won a modified race there, which is pretty interesting as well, like what he said there after he won there.
Mountains. We got mountain property 20 miles from here. Drove past it for years, just watching, you know, like the trees grow up and thinking, man, that's just so depressing, because it's a racetrack and it's a home to a lot of race fans. And it was, you know, at one point it was the pinnacle of NASCAR racing, Cup racing, and at least in the area. And I never thought that it would get resurrected the way it did. I thought about it yesterday. I mean, this is literally the only thing you could ever thank COVID-19 for. Because if it wasn't for COVID-19 and the funds that went into fixing all this back up, I don't know that it ever would have happened. So I don't know many people or many reasons that you can thank COVID-19, but I'm pretty sure there's...
It's very true that COVID-19 played a big factor into that, because of the fact that the money went to like the relief from like the American Rescue Plan and everything like that to like North Wilkesboro to try to get it back. But that's probably the only good thing that has come from COVID-19 is that North Wilkesboro is back. And the fact is they've been trying to bring it back for years, especially with the popular Facebook page and the Save the Speedway, which have been around for years, especially they had a brief opening in 2010 as well, and they had a late model race there. Obviously, it wasn't as successful. Bruin Smith, like who bought the track, and then back then he thought, that the track, like since it lost its dates to like New Hampshire Motor Speedway, like New Hampshire National Speedway at that time, and Texas Motor Speedway, both of its dates, he thought, the track could go away forever and everything like that. But this is how the track feels now, especially like all the support it has for the fans. This is how the track must feel now, and how it feels.
They love me.
And the track is loved by the fans as a result, especially. Who would have thought like that they would actually be back and everything like that? I hope that they would come back. I hope that. But who would have thought that they actually would come back, especially something like this? They should have never left in the first place. But NASCAR, obviously, like, they get, because of the popularity of the sport growing in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. They think, the more fans are like getting bigger and everything like that, since it's getting more popular, let's build bigger tracks. And as a result, they thought, because they're getting bigger in the sport, they figure build bigger tracks so they fit more fans and everything like that. And obviously, NASCAR realized at the time that they thought it was a good idea, which in hindsight, I guess it was, but in retrospect, it wasn't, because it was a bad idea, and it alienated the sport and everything like that, and its core fans. Obviously, try like North Wilkesboro being so historic, being a big part of the sport since its early days. Basically, North Wilkesboro was around before the sport started, since like the first races were in 1949. It was founded in 48, and 47 was when the North Wilkesboro opened, when it was a dirt track. So like they obviously realized that was a mistake, and obviously now like they bringing it back for the All-Star race. And I never would have thought that would be the case, especially since like they said that they were supposed to keep renovating. And obviously, they got to make a lot of changes around the track as well. Obviously, Marcus Smith said, like on the Dale Jr. download, that we haven't forgot about North Wilkesboro. He obviously couldn't reveal much at the time. But he was right, though. They did forget about North Wilkesboro. Especially, like, since, like, look what happened when they had, like, all the events there. Obviously, I didn't think, like, they would be having, like, just the Cup Series and the Craftsman Truck Series also there. That's pretty awesome. Like, they're having a race there, too. And points pay race as well. So it'll be part of their regular season championship, everything like that. So that's pretty awesome there as well. But I didn't think the NASCAR will be back so soon because of the fact that there's still a lot of work to do to like do that. You could thank Junior and iRacing and Marcus Smith for like fixing the surface because they deemed the track surface to be ready. Obviously, they have a lot of work to do to get it ready for like current Cup Series standards because of the fact that there's no safer barriers and everything like that. So there's a lot of changes that they got to make to like get it ready, and they have been doing that. So definitely excited for the All-Star race to be there. Especially, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And people are saying, "Oh, it's in the middle of nowhere. Who's gonna go show up to North Wilkesboro because it's the middle of nowhere? Who's gonna go?" And guess what? This race is sold out, and the late model race was sold out. So take that, middle of nowhere. Obviously, they're gonna have to make some changes, like if they're gonna continue like to have support, everything like that. They showed renders of what it'd be like once it's fully finished, especially showing like the track like in action as well as like concerts. So there's some different renders on the website, which is pretty awesome there too. They like to see that, and it's gonna be a great event and everything like that, concerts, everything like that. They want to try to make sure like this event continues to go on for years to come. And who knows, maybe at some point once the track is fully ended up like being like renovated, that they eventually could bring a cup race there, like regular season race. That would be awesome too, especially there because that'll be bring a lot of fans. But they have to like renovate around the track, add some concession stands, add some like stuff that people could do at the track. That way it won't have that middle of nowhere feel to it, and it actually people could actually like find places to eat and everything like that. Maybe hotels or anything like that. But that could be something down the road. But as of now, they gotta like try to just get the track ready for race condition, and hopefully they still keep some of the stuff that they have there and make it still look recognizable as well. So it's gonna be excited to see like what's gonna happen with the track and everything like that. It's so iconic. It should have never left the schedule in the first place, but NASCAR made that mistake then, and they're turning back on it now, fortunately, and they're realizing that they gotta go back to their roots because that's where their core fans have been. Yeah, especially they try to like get bigger, everything like that. Obviously, they're making a big movement with the road courses and short tracks, so it's definitely a great way to get away from all these cookie cutter tracks, especially to just get back to their roots, especially and get their core fans back, which is definitely exciting as well. And it brings back nostalgia too. Who knows? Maybe North Wilkesboro at some point could end up being a throwback race too. That'd be cool, especially so. It's gonna be exciting to see what it's like, and hopefully they eventually do get a regular season race back there too. So it's gonna be exciting, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, and it's gonna be a great show as well. So it's definitely gonna be interesting to see as well. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, and if you are brand new, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.